Hello viewers, how are you today, tonight, this evening? It's Saturday morning here in Australia, so I thought I would do a reading for you that will take us through the weekend. I've been wanting to read on William Barr for a while now. Some readers have suggested that he's in bad health. I've done readings on Patreon for viewers there that have confirmed that. And we've drilled down on that. I saw a picture of him the other day, and he looked absolutely dreadful. Why is he looking like that? Is he ill? Is it too much for him? Is he worried about his own culpability and perhaps potential ramifications for him in the future? He's been held in criminal contempt by the House now. Ultimately, there probably won't be any penalties there for him, but he's an Attorney General that has been held in contempt. So that would be weighing on him, given that he somehow prided himself in his ability to, follow the rule of the law, which we know in his confirmation hearing was just a lot of bull dust. The other bit of information that I came across with Barr the other day was he donated in the couple of months before his confirmation hearing as AG, he donated $51,000 to the RNC, the Republican National Committee. So, other Attorney Generals have not donated in anywhere near that regard. I think Eric Holder, Obama's Attorney General, donated something like $251. So, $51,000. And if you look at the graph, his donations just spiked in the last couple of months before his confirmation. Again, what did he do to get this position? He had to really convince Trump to give it to him. One of the ways was the op-ed that he wrote around the presidential executive powers and not being held, could not obstruct justice because of these executive powers. Okay, that's played out. We know how that's played out. But the other thing too was he was a good Republican donor as well, and all of these things ticked boxes in Trump's mind. One of the questions that I want to ask here, but not just yet, perhaps our second question is, who is his master, the GOP or Trump? Because I'm suspecting it is the GOP for many reasons, and this is why he's almost in too deep. But let's have a look at what's happening with him at the moment. Just a general reading. I'm going to use my Kipper cards for this question. As you know, I'll bring the laptop down. We have our signifier card in the middle. What goes behind is what's in the past. What goes in front of the main male is what's to come in the future. So without delaying anymore, let's have a look at this reading. So what do we need to know? What's happening with William Barr at the moment? Spirit, what's happening with William Barr? What's happening with William Barr? So I'm getting I'm getting the word uneven. So something's out of kilter with him. I'm not sure what Spirit is referring to, whether it's his health or something else. Something is uneven. Something is out of balance. Okay, what is it? All right, so what is it? I do feel it's around his health. So I am going to say that he's probably got some health problems going on at this point in time. Okay, so what do we need to know about Barr at the moment? What do we need to know about Barr at the moment? Yeah, he's been challenged in multiple ways that we can't even see, because I'm getting the image of the eagle. So what he thought he could do is a lot harder than what he thought, and also it's taking more compromising from him. He's compromising himself in order to do this. Okay, and that's causing a lot of anxiety for him about his future. So what do we need to know about Barr? Where is he? He's in everything. He's really, and this is the other thing he didn't realise, was just how much it would take to protect this president on behalf, I'm feeling, of the GOP, but we will ask that question. Okay, I'm just getting the corners. It's like having to go into multiple. Just when you clean up one corner, there's another one, then and another, and another, and another, and it's getting beyond his ability to really be effective here. But then, you know, I'm hearing he's done the main game, which was the to discredit the Mueller report. When I say discredit, obstruct the findings of the Mueller report. Okay, what do we need to know about BARR? What do we need to know about BARR? What's going on with BARR? What are the main conditions that are confronting William Barr? William Barr's on the wrong side of history, is what I'm hearing, and he knows it. Okay, so we had the distant horizons. The main game was to obstruct with Russia, which again, I have to say, was exactly what Ratcliffe was brought in for. I'm pleased to say, and I'm really happy that I was right in this prediction, his nomination has been withdrawn after a week. Didn't take long, did it? What a debacle. I think MSNBC called it a fiasco. One of my favourite words, a fiasco. That's exactly what it was. Same deal with Barr, brought in to help over Russia through the job that he was given. This reading is showing that he wasn't the US AG, he was Trump's AG with this occupation card. This came forward for Ratcliffe as well, the gift card. This is around money here. We can drill down on that card or ask that question, what was he given? He was given the AG's job. He wanted the AG's job, and he was given that. So it's pretty clear he was brought in to manage the Russiagate, we'll just call it that. He was given the job to do that. That's exactly what he was given by the Republicans. That's very clear. And he was also given something, because this is a new number 8. He was also given something else as well. He was given some kind of gift. I'm not sure what it was, but we can drill down on that. And this is the job to build the foundations here, to strengthen the foundations of this presidency. Let's see what's coming up for him. There's a message of concern. What is this? Is this the contempt here? But it's criminal contempt. He's been held in it. It certainly was a message of concern for him. But I feel it's something else relating to something he can't hide. He can't protect this president because this is something that's coming forward now in the future that is going to create change, a lot of change. He can't hold back that change. We've got the journey here. I do feel this is him. I do feel that either he will stand down or he will. I feel there's change. Number 10. This is a completion thing for Barr. I wouldn't surprise me if he resigns. It's the end of a cycle. So he came in to do his job. Was to protect the president over the Russiagate. There's something that's arising here. This could even be a health warning that he receives in the mail that's going to cause him to stand down. Yeah, it's bad health with this bad health card. I do feel that Barr is leaving. We've got the High Honour card. He's also wanting to get out before he damages his reputation even more. And let's not forget what was in this here for Barr. I do feel that there could have been a money issue with him as well. We'll leave the kipper there and we'll move to the tarot, because I want to ask him, was he promised, was there a monetary reward for him in some way? Was there a monetary reward for him? And whose bidding was he doing? Was he doing the Republicans or Trump's? Okay, so I feel that he's keeping secrets. So there's things that he holds back from Donald Trump, and there's things that he would be talking to his Republican supporters, the elite, I won't call them elite, I'll just say the Republican echelons. There'd be things that he'd be talking to them about. He's advising, and again, I just keep seeing that there's too many corners that he can't clear up, he can't clean up, and he's letting them know as well. So they're relying on him to a certain degree to know when to put the white flag up with this president, and I'll include that question in there as well. So first of all, what was I'm using my Crow Tarot as I think I've said that. So what was William Barr promised? What was he given? What was William Barr, apart from the AG's job, the high honour? Was he promised a seat on the Supreme Court? Okay, that's really what we've got to ask. Okay, what was William Barr promised? This high honour that he was promised. He promised strength. Okay, strength can often be associated with the Supreme Court. What was William Barr promised? Was he promised a seat on the Supreme Court? Yeah, I'm feeling that's what he was promised. Okay, so what was he promised? A seat on the Supreme Court. Seat on the Supreme Court. Seat. So he wasn't always in Trump's good books. This was someone Trump associated with Bush, and Trump doesn't like past presidents. It doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican. It's all about Trump. So the fact that William Barr had been Bush's AG was actually a drawback. I'm feeling. So he was pushed forward by the Republicans rather than handpicked because of Donald Trump. But he had to tick plenty of boxes there to actually even get a hearing with Trump. So was he promised a seat on the Supreme Court? Was William Barr promised a seat on the Supreme Court? Seat on the Supreme Court. So collaboration and deals with others. Okay, relationships, partnerships. This is partnerships with the Two of Cups. Let me bring the laptop down. The Two of Cups. What was that challenged by? We've got moving on. Moving on. Let's see what how those cards are going to pan out. Yeah, the foundation of the reading is an abuse of power. Was he promised a seat on the Supreme Court? It was heavy lifting in the past. He was brought in, I referred to him as a hired gun in one of my readings, and I don't step away from that either. He was brought in by the Republicans to assist this president, to bring balance into the situation, to save this presidency in a way, to hide and bury secrets here with this Moon card. At the moment, we've got the Ace of Cups. He's given this president a reprieve, and the Page of Pentacles, reward for effort. So that's the environment that he's created. So it's not necessarily, and we don't know about what reward he's being given for the effort that he has put in. It can be a combination of a monetary reward with the Ace of Pentacles, but we've also got the Seven of Swords. This is betrayal. So that's interesting. The Knight of Swords, the truth coming out. Okay. And we've got the Victory card with the Six of Wands. What interesting cards. Let me just drill down a little bit on them. At the base of the reading is the Seven of Cups, so making choices. And we've got the Ace of Swords, justice, truth. Okay, this is how I'm going to interpret these outcome cards. He might have been promised a seat on the Supreme Court, but he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it because this presidency is going to end, and he's going to go down. He's going to go down. In a way, he's going to be betrayed. There is this Knight of Swords, this truth coming forward, and there's victory here. Victory for those that are bringing the truth forward, not for William Barr, because what's on the bottom is the Sword of Justice here. Okay, so he could well have been, my feeling is, given that Kipper card, the High Honour, that he was possibly promised a seat on the Supreme Court. Now, he could be what I feel, I didn't see the Wheel of Fortune card there, but his health now could get in the way of his plans for the future. And that would be almost, I don't want to say it, well, it's destiny, isn't it? It's destiny. But let's see. Okay, so I want to see, let me just give these a good shuffle. I want to see who he's taking his orders from. Is he sort of like a double agent with the GOP? Is he sort of playing both ends against the middle? Because that's my feeling. He was pushed forward by the Republicans, not necessarily Trump's choice, because he'd already been a past president's AG, and Trump wanted his own. So it took some convincing, I feel, but BARR manoeuvred, and the Republicans manoeuvred to put him in front of Trump and manage with the whole purpose, or the supreme purpose, of managing the Mueller investigation and landing that plane. Okay, so no wonder Mueller looks so downcast. It's like the cards were stacked against him. And although he's clever enough to have stayed in front of that, there would be nothing to stop his disappointment in the system. Okay. All right. So is BARR taking his orders from the Republicans? Is BARR taking orders from the Republicans? I'm getting the image that Trump is sort of perceived as like a type of a clown, that in some ways he can't be taken seriously. So we've got the Three of Swords here to prevent loss. I feel this is why he was brought in, and to defend this president. And there is strength to create an upward energy rather than a downward spiral, and prevent the loss for this president. Foundation is the Queen of Wands. That's interesting. Who is he? Who in the Republican membership? This is a female card, the Queen of Wands. It's the foundation of the reading. So it could be the Rebecca Mercers of this world, who are no longer aligned with Trump, but more aligned with the Republican Party, still to get through their aims. In some ways, this presidency has been not in some ways, this presidency has been a disaster for the Republican Party. In the past, we've got the victory with this Four of Wands, the victory of the Democrats in the House. That is always my Democrat card. The Knight of Pentacles, it's all about the money, isn't it? The Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles often comes forward for the Republican Party. This is the business people. This is the reliability. This is getting the job done. Here's our karmic card in the future. Interesting. Our karmic card in the future, a completion cycle. He's not going to end up on the Supreme Court, is what I'm feeling and what I'm hearing. Right now, he's trying to maintain control. He's trying to maintain control with this president. He's trying to keep control, and it's getting away from him. So we have the Hanged Man here with this card here, and it's showing that things are not moving forward. He's really in a fairly, it's a no-win situation. The Page of Pentacles, the Republicans are in a no-win situation. That's a good card for the Republicans at the moment, the Hanged Man. We've got the, in the Hopes and Fears, this Page of Pentacles. The Republicans want to be rewarded, always rewarded. It's always about the money. It's no surprise that Pentacles are coming forward here. The King of Wands, yeah, who's really the boss here? Is it Trump or is it the Republicans? I do feel, though, that this president has gotten away from the Republicans. It's almost like the Chariot card, things happening way, way too quickly that they are unable to control. This is a Yes card with the Ace of Pentacles. Again, a pentacle, all about the money. Whose boss? The money is. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles again. It's about well, it could be more tax cuts, for the moneyed elite. There is a woman here with this Queen of Wands energy. I'm not sure in the Republican base who that is. It could even be some of the prominent Republicans, the prominent Republican women, and I'm getting a draw to Cheney. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I am getting a little bit of a note to file, not to forget those Republican donors, women donors, the Mercers, and also the Republicans. That's interesting. Nikki Haley, I'm getting a draw to too. What's going on? Okay, let's have a look at whether or not they want to. I know this reading's at 20 minutes, so we'll ask one more question. I do feel that BARR's going to step down, and he definitely won't make the Supreme Court. Are the Republicans... okay, so what I'm getting is that there are a lot of candidates they're thinking would be better than Donald Trump going into 2020. Are the Republicans going to withdraw their support from this president to remove him before 2020 in order to put someone else in? Are the Republicans going to be instrumental in forcing this president to step down? I'm getting yes. Are the Republicans going to be instrumental in removing this president to step down in front of 2020 so they can put someone else in there? Okay, let's see what we're going to draw. They've been disappointed. Absolutely, they've been disappointed with this president. Oh yeah, the challenge is he's just blowing apart structures the Republicans want to keep. He's blowing apart values and norms, and he's taking them into racist territory, and he's alienating voters, and he's losing them the election. That's what I'm getting. All right, let's see. It's a challenge for them. Absolute challenge. Hasn't gone the way that they thought it would at all. The foundation of this reading are new beginnings. As we know with the Fool, this is a risky strategy, but they want to start again. They want to begin again because this president has brought the tower upon them. There's the blowing up of almost the Republican Party. I see this as the Republican Party. The Knight of Wands, there's been a plan in the past put forward, and it's not just one plan, it's been multiple. This is a topic of conversation upon the lips of Republicans in the upper echelons of that party. It's a common subject. They're strategizing, they're continually talking about it. If we go this way, if we go that way, what happens should we be doing this? But we had the Hanged Man there showing that their plans aren't going anywhere at this point in time. We've got the King of Pentacles. Again, this is my Trump card. Trump, the businessman, bringing the business to the presidency. It could bring that Republican Party down. They are very, very conscious of that. They are making efforts here in the background. This is reward for effort. I do feel that people like BARR will always answer to the Republican Party. That's interesting. There are things that we don't know that are going on at a very deep level that amongst the Republicans I do feel to get rid of this president. King of Wands, who's boss? It always comes down to that. Is it the Republican Party that is who's wagging the tail of the dog? Is it the Republican Party or is it Trump? I do feel now the Republican Party, after being submerged by Trump before the midterm elections, is now in a more powerful position here. The Ace of Pentacles, there are new starts in the environment around this question. There's also this Eight of Pentacles coming forward. This was my card for the Mueller report. Again, how do the Republicans manage that? Does the party disintegrate? This is what they can't figure out exactly how to do. We've got the Queen of Wands. I got to pull toward Nikki Haley here in the outcome position. We've got celebrations here. Also the Democrats, they feel Nikki Haley would be more palatable to the electorate. And we've got the Republican card, number 1, starting again, the Magicians. What are they going to do? it wouldn't surprise me if they are instrumental in getting rid of Donald Trump. Who would they bring forward? Someone like Nikki Haley. Wow, okay, I'm going to just leave that there, but we'll look at the base of the reading. So we've got the Queen of Swords here. This is a very clinical assessment of their ability to win in 2020 because this is the loss card here. And what are they losing? They're losing their ability to make those tax cuts to help the Republican donors, but not just the Republican donors, the Republican membership. We've got to always remember that the people people that go to Trump's rallies, some of them, of course, are paid. It's alleged, but they're not the same people as the Republican base, the Republican membership. Are moneyed donors, are moneyed elite. That they form the structure of the party, not the people in Ohio attending with their red MAGA caps, attending these rallies. They don't. Okay, so they understand the tide has turned and they would prefer at this stage someone like Nikki Haley that they feel will, it's not Pence that they want, which begs another question, and this will be another reading next week around exactly where Pence is at. Because he's the Republican membership base, the elite, the echelons, they don't support Pence. I'm feeling there's not a support here for Pence. He's been dragged down too much by Donald Trump. If they are going to do this, they're going to do it with a new candidate, and it would be someone like Nikki Haley, who they feel has the ability to pick up swinging votes, to connect with female Republicans who may at this point be looking to vote for a Democratic candidate because of their disgust with Donald Trump. So yeah. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I hope you enjoyed that reading, and I'll be back again with another reading next week. In the meantime, have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon.